Zachary Hammond was shot and killed by a police official during a sting operation. The police official is unidentified. The department refuses to release his information, but Zachary Hammond was the victim in this case. Now, this happened in South Carolina. Apparently, Hammond was going through a drive-thru for a fast food restaurant. I believe it was Carl's Jr. or the equivalent of Carl's Jr. Hardee's, yes, thank you. Sorry, I forgot the name of the restaurant. But yes, he was driving through Hardee's. He had a female passenger in the vehicle. And apparently, the police official in this story thought that he was guilty of doing something. So he attempted to stop Hammond. He blocked Hammond's way. And then we don't know exactly what happened in between that moment and the moment that Hammond got shot. But the officer did fire shots through the driver's side window and hit Hammond twice. According to an independent autopsy, it suggests that the bullets came through the driver's side window, proving the officer was not in the vehicle's path.
Because the officer said he feared for his life because the guy was driving at him.
Yes, he said
from the side.
Exactly. He's like, this guy was driving at me. I feared for my life. The reason why the department is protecting him is because they feel like he's an attempted murder victim. But if you look at the independent autopsy, it shows that he was the real victim here was shot from the side. And so if he shot him through the driver's side window, then the car wasn't charging toward you. That doesn't seem to make a lot of sense.
It was in a drive-through. How fast can you get going in a drive-through? Even if it was, move out of the way. Shoot the damn tire. Stop shooting at people. Just stop.
Unarmed people.
Stop shooting at unarmed people. And there's a girl in the car. There's somebody else in the car.
That's their first thing. Shoot first. And by the way,
I'm sorry. She had a little marijuana. I got it. They're all criminals.
The good thing was, though, that the cops didn't rally around this guy. Oh, wait a minute. They are rallying around this guy. In fact, they are not even naming who the guy is who shot an unarmed citizen. He's unarmed, right?
Yeah, he was
an unarmed citizen. So what they're telling you is that we're going to pay people to police your community in secret, and especially if they kill someone, then we are certainly not going to find out who they are. So we're policing in secret. That is the most effed up. Talk about East Germany in 1960. Unbelievable.
It's crazy because, I mean, look, these stories happen all the time. We literally have at least one story a day.
A day of an unarmed person being shot by police officers.
And it's crazy because we've been reporting on these stories so much that during our production meetings, when they're pitched to us, it's like, oh my God, can we really do another police brutality story? But we have to. This isn't something that just impacts one community. This is something that impacts everyone. It doesn't matter what your skin color is. Of course, there are certain biases and certain prejudices that lead to police officials profiling blacks or Hispanics much more than whites. But as you can see in this case, if you're white, you're not safe either. All of a sudden, you are armed with a deadly weapon if you're driving through a Hardee's and doing absolutely nothing wrong. He was minding his own business. He was looking for a burger or something. And this is how it ends. And the crazy thing is, the story didn't get a lot of press attention, right? Not a lot of people are talking about this the way that they did about Trayvon Martin or about Michael Brown and all these other shootings that have happened. This story is probably not getting as much attention because A, it doesn't have video yet.
No video.
There's dash cam video, but the police haven't released it yet.
I bet there's drive-through video.
So I'm waiting to see if something gets released. I'm sure that there's some surveillance of what happened.
WYFF in Seneca, South Carolina, I think that's a Columbia, South Carolina station. They're the ones who had this story. And you know, let's go with the newspaper there, the state newspaper or in Columbia or the Post-Courier in Charleston. For the love of God, freedom of information. You can't an officer can't discharge his weapon and kill an unarmed citizen, and you guys get to say, I'm not telling you who the officer is.
Right.
They're doing that, though. They do get to do it.
Well, they're not. It won't last. That won't last. We'll find out who this officer did who took somebody's life, unquestionably.
In secret.
I got it. A judge is the community has a right to know. That they have a right to know. We pay that guy. The cops work for us, work for them. Tax dollars pay for that cop's salary. And then the police chief there, John Covington, he even admits, he goes, well, the car, he's admitting that it went through the driver's side window. He's like, well, the car was at an angle. Well, if it's at an angle, then you're not threatened anymore. The moment you're not threatened, you don't shoot. You can't shoot a guy because you were threatened 4 seconds earlier.
Right.
If you're not threatened, you're not threatened.
No, unarmed. Again, unarmed. No matter what it is. Oh, if he didn't have a car, they would have said he had a ballpoint pen. Cops have shot guys for having a pen, and no matter what. So it's the It's not a bad apple. Again, I'll say it every time. This isn't a problem with bad apples. This is a problem of culture in America, of you will respect my authority. And cops aren't taught to de-escalate anymore. They're taught to increasing levels of force. So if someone doesn't immediately do what you say as a cop, you then escalate to the next level, meaning kill them. And that's exactly what's happening. I mean, we've seen stats, we've seen those memes on Facebook and Twitter. How many cops, deaths shooting in America this year, as opposed to the last 50 years in England. So again, it's not bad apple. This is the culture. This is how they're trained. They see the citizen as the enemy, not the person they're supposed to be serving and protecting. It's an us against them mentality. Watch Cenk Uyghur's interview with the Baltimore cop. Read what Serpico has said in the newspaper. This is not bad apples. This is a culture. And even if you're a good person and you join a police department, you then you either conform or you quit. And it's exactly what's happening here. And then when a guy, this is obvious, shooting an unarmed kid in a drive-thru, lying about that he was threatened, and then they cover for him. That's what gang members do. They cover for their gang member when they kill someone. Don't snitch. And that's exactly what the cops are doing here, proving that cops are the biggest criminal organization in the country.
And also, much like the, Sandy Bland story, this was much to do about nothing in the beginning, because what were the cops looking for? They were doing a sting operation because they were suspecting a drug deal, okay? You just killed someone over a suspected drug deal. First of all, again, there was nothing on them except for a tiny, tiny amount of marijuana on the female that was in the car. Who cares? I don't know what they were looking for, but I don't care if they were dealing heroin. You don't murder someone in the name of stopping drugs, right? Because what's the whole purpose of this war on drugs, right? It's disingenuous, but it's all about, we want to make sure that we keep people safe and they're not doing drugs. So we're going to fucking go in and murder people when we're doing our sting operation. Doesn't make any sense at all. Drives me crazy.